Hare Krishna. Good morning. Hi kay Bea. Hello, Bea. Janice, Hare Krishna. Jasri, Kaiser, Hare Krishna. Ken, KD, Hare Krishna. Mervin, Hare Krishna. Raul, Hare Krishna. Good morning. If you could see me here clearly and if you could hear me, please sound like naman dyan. Wonderful. Gusto ko yung kay KD, puso. Kailangan palaging puso. Kay Janice. So we would start. The others will for sure join as we move forward. Again and again, our main lesson, araw-araw, is to always approach our everyday, our activities, our spiritual life in the mood of humility, in the mood of request. So we will recite the invocation mantras. Om Magyana Timirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpataruvyaschа Kripa Sindhuvyevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, magandang umaga. Thank you for joining. It's a wonderful Saturday. Dito mahangin. Nakikita niyo ba? Sobrang mahangin at malamig. Si Mervin mukhang nilalamig din sa kanila. Malamig din ba dyan? Super. Yes. Winter na sa Pilipinas. So, quick recap tayo sa mga nangyari. We did discuss how to deal with each other as humans. And sobrang importante to. It gave us a guideline kung paano tayo makikisama. Those who are um, best para sa atin. Those who are better off na wala tayo sa kanila or wala sila sa atin. How do we celebrate other success? And how us gonna be compassionate sa mga nag-suffer. So, we first surround ourselves, be friendly with those who are happy. We surround ourselves with a like-minded person. Hindi lang din kaparehas natin mag-isip sa mga old habits natin or bisyo. We surround ourselves those who can make us better, a better person. Materially and much more spiritually. So, kailangan natin makita sino yun nasa paligid natin. At the same time, kailangan natin malaman kung sino yung mga mentors natin, yung mga advisors natin. Kasi, they would know ano yung mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita. Hindi natin napapansin. They could give us an advice na in different perspective. Sa different na lente na pagtingin sa nangyayari sa buhay natin. And we should always take care of that relationships sa mga advisors and mentors natin. Hindi lang dahil may problema tayo, doon lang natin sila kakausapin. Doon lang tayo magkaparamdam. Or hindi lang pag broken-hearted ka, doon ka lang pupunta sa kanila. So, it's a relationship. Then, kailangan natin makita na other people will have their success, small wins or big wins, and we have to celebrate other success. That way, mas magiging masaya ka. If you're seeing your crew, your squad, your tribe, your close friends succeeding, and when you celebrate with them genuinely, ha? So if genuinely you're happy with them, happy for them, mas magiging masaya ka. And masarap sa pakiramdam yun when you feel people are supporting you. So you have to support others as well. Another one, if one is too wicked, masyadong um, nakaka-disturb sa ating peace, intentionally or unintentionally, minsan unintentionally, ganun yung personality nila. Tapos di lang drive sa atin. So, we should have our respective distance with them. So, we respect them from a distance, physically or by heart. So, respectively, ulit-ulit yung respect kasi importante yon. We are, we don't have any excuse para mawala yung respect natin. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra, sa Bhagavad Gita, after mag-usap ni Krishna sa kan Arjuna doon, yung natapos yung Bhagavad Gita, yung nag-start na yung battle, si Yudhishthir, yung kuya niya, nag-bow down muna doon sa mga elders niya sa kabilang side, mga kalaban nila. Bago siya nakipaglaban. Humingi siya ng blessings. Before that war, there was another war. Si Arjuna, napumana muna siya ng mga arrows niya. Hindi niya pinatama doon sa mga kalaban niya, which is yung mga elders niya rin. Nag-bow down, nag-flat lang yung arrow niya in front. Nag-bow down lang din. So, kailangan, with all due respect, palagi tayo. That is a virtuous man, a gentleman. So, hindi porket naka-suit and tie ka or branded yung damit mo, gentleman ka na. Gentleman is the way, yung character ng isang tao. Meron din mga gentlewoman, of course. And lastly, we should be compassionate for those who suffers. Yung mga taong, mga tinatawag na ng mga empath, yung mga compassionate, they feel the pain ng mga nasa paligid nila. Not sentimentally lang or dramatic lang. Pero they could feel the pain. So, isa sa ating topic yan for today. How to have the relationship with others, the missing link. Natapos na yung humans part 1. Natapos na rin yung humans part 2. We're going to the animals. The animal kingdom. Sino ba sa inyo yung may mga pets? May nakita ko may pet si Friends. Si Riza, meron din siya. Others, I have a pet dati. I have a Boston Terrier. Pero matagal na to. Burado na nga siya. So the relationship to animals. First of all, we are understanding that we're not this body, we're the soul. Then we will transfer to different bodies according sa karma natin, good or bad, karma or vikarma. Kung ano yung consciousness natin nung namatay tayo, and yung consciousness natin habang nabubuhay din tayo. That will tell and predict, or that will be the determining factor kung ano yung next bodies natin. We may be in a ghost body. We're gonna go to hell for some time, heaven for some time. We're gonna go back here on material plane and earthly planets. Pero gagapangit pa natin bago tayo makabalik sa human. It means we will go from different bodies, animal bodies, plants bodies, lahat ng mga living entity, pupunta tayo doon. So, it just means na yung mga animals have consciousness. And the consciousness is the evidence of soul or life. They're alive. Babalikan natin tong quote na to. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. So we must develop this equal vision. Hindi lang makita yung different social orders ng mga tao, mayaman, mahirap, priest or worker, or even the outcasts. Pero a humble sage should also see that these animals, cow, elephant, or even a dog, with equal vision, with respect and humility. So, ganun ka-importante yun. So, given this topic, I just want to have a disclaimer. Personally, in my preference, I want to share this knowledge not in the mood na because having this kind of belief, practice, or for a long time, na we would have an excuse, a license, para lamangan or maparamdam sa ibang tao na lamang yung isang taong with ganitong lifestyle. So I'm very cautious to use words na pwedeng makahurt dun sa magkaibang lifestyle or diet. There are a lot of, how do you call this, activists, animal activists, and different ways how they share their knowledge. I was in that mood also. Pero 13 years old ako nun. I was in that mood into activism for animals when I was 13. Bago pa mauso yung mga uso ngayon, before we were doing that. Pero it changed my heart na you could always share this knowledge through kindness and love then. Kasi ayun din yung point. You want to share the knowledge of kindness and compassion sa animals. So, might as well give it to the humans as well. I'm not against those animal activists who have different forms of sharing the knowledge. Some of them might be graphic or harsh. But I choose personally, and I'm encouraging everyone, na ang mood natin is not competition. I'm better than you kasi ganito yung diet ko. Kanya yung diet mo. We encourage everyone. If some is on the different mood or different levels, kanya-kayang pacing yan. We encourage them. Hindi porket ibang diet lamang ka na. Hindi porket it's a way another way of discrimination. So, that's just my 2 cents. Pero ngayon, titingin din natin yung mga opinions ng iba't ibang personalities. Not just in the Bhagavad Gita. So, titingin natin yung mga utak ng mga ibang tao. So, ready na ba kayo? Isang emoticon naman na, ay, may animals ba dito? Parang wala, no? Sa PM pala yun. So, isang like naman yan. Awesome. And also, thank you pala sa mga nag-join ng Kirtan yesterday. I saw a lot of people. It is just our humble attempt. We're making a studio here in the temple. So, temporary studio lang din to. This is actually a retreat house para sa mga nag-yoga retreat. I'm just using it kasi may signal ng Wi-Fi or ng data. Yung yesterday, another retreat house, another villa yon for the retreat. We're using that for temporary studio. So, we're kinakapa namin for mga kirtan online. So, soon, we will produce much more music. Pero, sabi ni Einstein, for sure, kilala niyo si Einstein, Albert Einstein. It is my view that the vegetarian manner of living, by its purely physical effect on the human temperament would most beneficially influence the lot of mankind. It affects the human temperament based on their diet. According kay Albert Einstein. Kung mapansin niyo yung mga great thinkers, they just don't see or criticize others kung ano yung ginagawa ng ibang tao. Titignan nila ano yung contribution nila sa bawat bagay. Yeah, I could clearly remember when I was younger, I was into the underground punk scene, hardcore and music and arts. So, against kami sa mga capitalists. So, kailangan DIY lang kami natural. Ano. Tapos nagulat ako yung kasama ko, yung leader namin ng mga group namin. May hawak siyang beer, uminom siya ng beer. Sabi ko, kala ko ba galit tayo sa mga capitalist? Tapos uminom siya ng commercial beer. So we should always check kung ano yung nire-represent natin, ano din yung ginagawa natin sa sarili natin, what we consume. And these great thinkers, they always see to it kung ano yung kinukonsume nila. Knowledge or tangible thing as what they gonna be using in their lives or consume nila by food. So he said the human temperament will be affected by um, the manner of living and diet. That's according to Einstein. Hindi ko alam kung sino na una. This guy, si Leonardo da Vinci o si Einstein. Si Da Vinci na una, di ba? Mas renaissance siya. Si Einstein medyo mas later. Sabi ni Leonardo da Vinci, truly man is the king of beasts, for his brutality exceeds theirs. We live by the death of others. We are burial places. I have, from an early age, abjured the use of meat. And the time will come when men, such as I, will look into the murder of animals as they now look on the murder of men. So this is Renaissance time. Leonardo da Vinci. He considered people as beasts. Totoo naman, sa ating yoga ladder, the bottom part is the animalistic life. These four kinds of activities of animals: eating, mating, sleeping, defending. If one is just doing that, if a human is just doing these things, is compared to animals. Minsan, much better, mas posh. Diba? Meron siyang barbecue grill. The animals could do that. Pero hindi siya nag-barbecue, pero same, kinakain. Mas manly pa nga, di ba? Kasi siya yung kumain. Siya yung pumatay mismo nung, siya nag-hunt. Siya mismo yung pumatay nung meat niya. Pero, may difference with anatomy between humans compared sa animals. We don't have the claws. We don't have the pangil, canine. We don't have the digestive system to digest this. We have to cook. And mostly, ang daming sakit na nakuha sa eating of meat. Sabi ni Mahatma Gandhi, sa lahat ng rupees na pera sa India, pag nasa India ako, yung pera nila parang dollars, magkakamuka. Tapos palaging si Mahatma Gandhi. So I do feel that spiritual progress does not demand at some stage that we should cease to kill our fellow creatures for the satisfaction of our bodily wants. Again, the taste is just here. Kita niyo ba? Andito lang siya. Nasa tang mo hanggang dito lang. Hindi pa umabot na esophagus. Ando lang yung sense of taste. And people will die with chasing yung desire na to, yung sense na to. If you could remember, we are practicing yoga to control the sense of sa mouth natin, speaking and tasting, sa eating. And it's impossible, according to Mahatma Gandhi, to start spirituality without without changing one's diet. So we will go further on this. With spirituality, we have temperament. We have temperament siya. We have King of Beasts. we have spirituality. And sabi ni Joker, ang pangalan niya to? Si Joaquin Phoenix. Napanood niyo ba yung isang pagtanggapin ng award? He gave a speech na sobrang compassionate into other living creatures. Sabi niya, I became vegan when I was 3. Bata niya noon. When I saw a fisher gutting fish and I asked my mother, why wasn't I told where meat came from? Truly, we were just being fooled by the food. Bakit? They will change the name. They will call them pork instead of pig para yung mind mo, hindi mo maisip yung animal na yon. They will call them beef instead of cow. So mag-change. Mag-change the perception. Mag-iba rin yung tsura. Magiging nugget. Magiging with the cuts ng mga meat and all. Pero may mga tao hindi kaya kumain ng lechon baboy kasi with the face, nakita nila itsura. So there are differences. Lalo na pag nalaman kung paano yung process. How that food came to that table. Yung iba, ayun nga, naglilinis ng isda. Very graphic. If one is intelligent enough, you would know. Ako palagi tinitingnan yung ingredients ng food na binibili ko. Diba? Minsan, when I'm traveling, I have to check. Minsan kailangan ko bumili. I will not consume the whole food organic. Kailangan ko bumili sa mall. Tignan ko ng ingredients. Same thing, ano ba yung pinapasok mo sa katawan mo? Saan galing yun? I should know. Paano siya napunta doon? Paano napunta yung food mo doon? And we'll go further on this as well. Yung next picture na to, ganito yung katawan ko before ako magpatato. Ready na ba kayo makita? Tawa talaga yung tao si Franz. Ganito yung katawan ko bago ako magpatato. This is Nimay. Is since birth plant-based vegetarian. Way, sabi ni Mervin. Nima yung name niya kasi he was born into the family of Hare Krishna. Nim is a tree where Lord Chaitanya was born. Kaya ang tawag sa kanya Nimay. He was named after Lord Chaitanya. So grew up in America. He was since birth vegetarian. Never eaten meat. Last time I've researched, 4 years siyang nagpa-practice na ng vegan. Para 2 years ago. So mga 6 years na siguro to. Hindi ako updated. Sorry. Alam ko ano na siya. Mamaya ako na-edit. So he's a professional athlete. Sige. Let's discuss yung tanong ni Janine later. So, the protein deficiency is just meat, MYPH. Hindi totoo yun. I've known a lot of mga plant-based person na never nagka-problem. Never ako nagka-problem sa protein. I'm still active. Kahit nung college ako, I was climbing mountains. Ngayon, ibang activities and all. Same. Siya, who would know na meron siyang protein deficiency. So if you want to learn much more about sports and strength and plant-based, you watch The Game Changer. So maganda rin yan. So, pabata tayo ng pabata. This is, I hope you know her. Very vocal siya in protecting other living creatures, especially the nature. Sabi ni Greta Thunberg, I am vegan. I don't eat animal products. I don't use any animal products because of ethical, environment, and climate reasons. So she's always fighting for climate change. Sabi niya, I made them, her parents, feel so guilty. So medyo siya, pushy. I kept telling them that they were stealing our future and they cannot stand up for human rights while living that lifestyle. So then they decided to make those changes. My dad is vegan. My mom, she tries. She's 90% vegan. So main reason niya is economic and environmental damage. Actually, mahaba 'tong presentation na 'to. This is what we use kapag, nagka-class kami sa UP Los Baños for philosophy and we're discussing this lifestyle. So maraming reason, sobrang onti lang naman netong mga 'to. We have, those personalities in the Philippines, in other countries, were using their fame, using their influence to share the knowledge. Some might be like Greta Thunberg na medyo pushy or could really be vocal. Some could use heart. Some could use facts. So different reasons ano yung nagiging effect depende dun sa ating relationship with others. Social conflict, sobrang palaging grabe yung nangyayari dyan. According to Socrates, as long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be battlefield. They will always fight for lands. If you watch the Cowspiracy, the large portion na meron tayo to consume in the earth is just for animal agriculture. They are burning the forests, even the Amazons and all. They're just burning the forest just to put a land for animal agriculture. Ang laki ng demand na yun. And this will be social conflict aside from they fight for the land, they fight for supplies because the animal agriculture is the largest consumer ng water, ng ng air, tapos yung iniimit niya mga unwanted gases. So maraming details yun. Sabi pa rin ni Socrates, if we pursue our habit of eating animals, and if our neighbor follow a similar path, we will not have need to go to war against our neighbor to secure greater pasturage. So a land where we pasture the animals. Because ours will not be enough to sustain us. Our neighbor will have a similar need to wage war on us for the same reason. Same thing. Mag-aagawan nun. So same way of thinking. Still, Socrates, and with such a vegetarian diet, they may be expected to live in peace and health to good age and bequeath a similar life to their children after them. So this is just facts. Sobrang totoo to. So according to this guy, kilala niyo ba siya? Ito nakasulat pala. No? If slaughterhouses had glass walls, everyone would be a vegetarian. If if you would see how um hindi siya inhumane kasi animal sila. How barbaric. I don't know how what words to use. Para kasi walang humane way to treat animals and killing them. Kahit gano'n ka-instant pa yan, still killing them. If one sees this, yung heart nila matutunaw. Diba? Pag may nasagasaan aso, diba, ang lambot ng natin, puso natin, natutunaw ka agad. Kawawa naman. So what more kung malaman natin kung ano yung ino-offer sa food natin. Lahat yun. Sobrang kakaiba tong topic na to kasi we are all consumers in different ways. Aside from food, the things around us directly and indirectly will affect these creatures. Pero number one na nag-affect sa atin is, in return, is our consciousness. Hindi ko alam kung napansin nyo, sabi nga nila, kapag kumain ka ng luto ng tao na galit siya, you're just eating poison. On the other way around, kapag kumain ka ng taong, kumain ka ng pagkain na luto ng isang taong with love, kahit very simple yon, sobrang sarap. Just imagine yung lutong bahay. Di ba? Pag lutong bahay, sobrang comfort food. Hanap-hanapin mo talaga. Why? Because mostly mga nanay, they would cook not because binabayaran mo siya. Kahit araw-araw niya gawin yon, hindi siya pwedeng mag day off basta-basta. Ginagawa niya yun out of love to nourish yung family members. So they call it intentional cooking. Napapasa mo yung mood through food. Pwede mo mapasa yung mood through pag-uusap or kasama mo lang, exchange of energies. Pag may taong galit, parang nakagalit din. Diba? Habang kinakausap ka, nadadivert sa'yo, nagagalit ka rin. Or nalulungkot. Pag may umiyak, nakakaiyak na rin, di ba? So, ganun din yung energy and yung mood and yung consciousness. Pinaka napapasa siya through food. Ano yung saan nanggaling yung food natin? Before the animals will be killed for them to become food, nakapila sila madalas. Or alam nila, nasa-sense nila kung ano mangyayari. And guess what? Kung ano yung mararamdaman nila. They will feel pain. They will be in anxiety. Sobrang fear na meron sila. They will be mad. Gusto na gumanday, teka, alaga mo ako ah. Ba't gagawin mo sa akin yan? Binigyan mo pa ako ng pangalan. They want revenge kasi nakikita nila yung mga kamag-anak nila yung nauna. Nakita nila yung mga anak nila yung susunod. Tapos sila na yung next dun sa nauna kamag-anak nila. Pero wala sila magawa. They will be depressed. Lahat ng mga feeling na to, nararamdaman. Ang lumalabas din sa mga hormones nila yun. Subtle and gross, nararamdaman nila yun. Ano pa yung feeling? Ano pa yung emotion nung pumapatay ng mga butcher? Ano yung meron siyang emotion para magawa niya yun? Diba? Then, kasama yon collectively. Kasama din yung may-ari ng business na yon. Kasama yung nag-transport yung consciousness nun. Pupunta rin dun sa food na yon. Yung nag-prepare ng food, yung nagluto ng food. Yung nag-serve nun, tapos kakainin mo. The end consumer, yung mag-receive ng lahat na yon. Lahat ng pinagdaanan na yon. So, no wonder, mas maraming depressed, mas maraming in anxiety. Magkatinginan, magkagit-gitan na ng traffic, sa traffic, mag-aaway na sila. Grabe yung anger nila. Because what we consume is coming from that kind of environment. The emotion, the anger, the consciousness. So, napapasa yung consciousness na yun. So, anong positive side ng ganitong klaseng intentional food? If we're getting food na tinanim out of love and devotion, not just for money lang, they want people to be nourished. It was harvested, prepared, and cooked with love, especially if it was served with that kind of intention. You'll feel nourished. So that's the opposite. Especially if the food was made spiritual. If it was offered to Krishna first before offered to humans, mas totally opposite ng consciousness against this side. So, paano yun? Rather siya, meron naman mga free, how do you call that? Mga cage-free na mga animals. Same. Same thing. Binilaki mo lang yung cage nila. Pero the process will be still the same. So this will affect the consciousness of people. If you're feeling anxiety and depression, try to stop eating meat for some time and compare. The food will affect your consciousness. So, ganun din sa spirituality. We cannot practice spirituality or we could practice yoga, pero we cannot really get the full benefit because the consciousness is there. People will say awaken sila, awoke sila. Pero if they won't at least try to change the diet, the way they consume, it will be harder. Easier said than done. Hindi siya madalas nagagawa ng one day lang. Slowly but surely, we could do that with the help of each other. Health, of course, it's given. Mas matagal yung buhay ng mga lolo ng lolo natin kasi they were eating less meat or mas madalas sa kanila natural na vegetarian. Well, that's the natural diet ng human being. So, iba yung health nila. Mas whole food din sila dati. Ngayon, sobrang mahal ng mga organic food. Mabibili mo lang sila sa wealthy options. Mga pang-wealthy. Ayun yung tawag namin pag nakailangan ko bumili doon. Ako sa wealthy options. Mahal naman sa lahat, di ba? Pero originally, yung food naman talaga kasi ganun. Naging demand na lang. So, that will affect yung consciousness ng isang tao. Again, it will always not be an excuse if one practices this and be rude sa ibang taong hindi ginagawa to. We could always be encouraging. Hindi siya overnight. Especially if you're cooking for your family. You cannot just transition by yourself. Tapos di na naiintindihan. Tapos di ka masarap magluto ng vegetarian food. Paano nila ma-appreciate yun? Paano mo sila manonorish? Hindi rin ibig sabihin pag meat eater ka, masakitan ka or hindi ka masayahin or hindi ka healthy. The body could adapt. Marami ring healthy na mga na meat lang diet nila, saka strong din sila. Pero the consciousness is different. And since we don't want to be born again and again and again into animal life, kasi once you kill them, you will be, we will have to be in that body again. And those who kill you, who kill them, they will kill also in the next life. Ganun ka-fair. Kung hindi ikaw yung bumatay, kahit ikaw yung consumer, you have to be on the same situation. Sabi nga nila sa scriptures in the Manu Samhita. Manu Samhita is the Vedic scriptures where the law is discussed there. Yung equality and justice. If you eat or kill a bull or a cow, you will be born in that body as well. How many times? Kung gaano karami yung hair sa likod ng cow, ganong ilang beses ka na ipapanak into that body. Tagal nun. Hindi ko lang kung hindi ko nga hanggang ngayon pinag-usapan namin mga monk yun eh. Wala pa rin parang assume na kung ilan yung hair sa likod ng cow. Pero the law of nature is very accurate. So ganun siya, ganun ka-equal yung law of nature. Just for this one, the tongue, could be in so much trouble. So that will be karma. There will be karma. Paano yun, Radha Charan? Yung minsan yung sa mga gulay, hindi mo naman pinipitas, kailangan mong bunutin yung buong plant. Diba? Pag pinitas mo yung prutas, so hindi mo pinatay yung buong puno. Diba? Pero there's something na pwedeng mamatay doon. Diba? Naagaw mo yung food ng nature, ng mga animals. Or yun nga, parang you have to take the life ng plant para ilutuin siya. Yes, may karma pa rin doon. But very little. Yung life din nun, yung life ng mga animals is they have much more consciousness. They could feel. They could communicate. Ginagawa rin ng mga plants yon. They could communicate. They could feel. Pero yung consciousness nila is lesser. And naturally, the human body, are meant to consume them. Pero may karma pa rin. So both may karma. Mas malala lang sa animals. So may karma, may bad karma pa rin. Pero what we're gonna practice is Krishna conscious food or spiritualized food. The term prasadam. Ita-type ko yung prasadam para alam yung spelling. Prasadam. This is spiritualized food. This food is being offered first to Krishna. And when you offer them to Krishna, there will be no more karma. Because their purpose, their dharma, as their plant, the water, the fruit, the leaf, Yung purpose nila is offer kay Krishna. Purpose nila to be fed sa mga carnivore na mga animals or sa humans. Pero may karma with that exchange. Pero pag in-offer mo siya kay Krishna, no, mas magiging, natulungan mo pa yung mga plants na ma-experience yung dharma nila. In the scriptures, it is mentioned, if you could remember this, Patram puspam palam toyam yomi bhaktya prayachati. Tadaham bhakti upahiritam asnami manaha. If one offers me with love and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So Krishna says kung ano yung pwede mong offer sa kanya with love and devotion. So ayun yung mga favorite niya. Ayun yung tatanggapin niya. So there's no reason for us to offer animals to Krishna for our food. Tapos sabi natin may love and devotion. At the first place, in the first place, you cannot offer love and devotion for doing that killing. Tapos offer mo. Hindi na kagad siya automatic love and devotion. So Krishna says, leaf, flower, fruit, or water. Pero you have to cook it to offer to Krishna. Pwede naman fruit lang. Pero if you're gonna consume it, diba? You have to cook it. Pero kailangan mas yung consciousness mo is offering kay Krishna. Then, it's not food anymore. We call it prasadam. We don't eat it. You honor it. So may ganong culture na naiwan sa Catholic, body of Christ. You offer it to Christ, then it will become the body of Christ. Makes sense, di ba? The same thing. But at the same time, na hindi lang siya walang karma, it gives us much more Krishna consciousness. Kasi you're consuming what you offer to Krishna. That's prasadam. Sobrang kakaibang experience, sobrang totally new. Pero we should always try to expand our mind and really introspect. Don't worry, this subject is not meant for anyone to feel bad kung anong sitwasyon niya. This is just an encouragement para introspect mo, nga, ito yung nangyayari. Ano yung pwede ko gawin? Try to experiment. Yung iba nagagawa ng meatless weekend or meatless breakfast. Or minsan try mo, may mga challenges, pwede mong 1 week vegetarian ka. Try to see the difference sa health, digestion, the consciousness, the way you think. Sobrang kakaiba. Sobrang kakaiba. I've seen a lot of people from my friends, from the classes, from the people I meet na sobrang nagbago. Number one, mood. If you're depressed and in anxiety, which is very common now, try to change this first before kang mag-inom ng medicine. Of course, I'm not discouraging yung mga mental health na mga medicine na kailangan i-take ng mga nagpapacheck sa mga psychiatrists. Pero try this first. Try it. Diet. It will make a big difference. Of course, iba yung dati. Bakit may connotation ng Filipino? Bakit sobrang late tayo sa ganyan? Yung mga Filipinos, I could remember yung mga elders ko. Ang alam na lang nilutuin is chop suey. May halo pa na meat. Alam na lang lutuin na gulay. Puro ganun lang. Sinigang, yes, may onting gulay. Pero doon lang umiikot yung buhay nila. Tapos yung spices, yung mga cook sila, Mervin, alam nila yan. Hindi lang nakarelay yung pagluluto sa bawang sa kasibuyas. Doon nakarelay yung pagluluto ng Pinoy, di ba? Pero there's a lot more. May fenugreek, may mga fennel seed, may mga cumin powder. Ang dami ka pwede gamitin in cooking. We monks, we don't eat garlic and onions. We don't consume them. It affects the consciousness as well. Pero once you explore in different spices, grabe. Again, may nagsabi, yung meat, galing lang din yung lasa niya sa mga spices and herbs. So, now is a challenge for everyone. um, to review, introspect, paano yung lifestyle. It doesn't mean na kailangan mong biglain. Kailangan mong biglain yung family members mo. No. Just pag-isipan mo muna kung paano. Try to experiment. Try to search more. Diba? Ano yung benefit sa atin? So it's an invitation. And see the difference. We cannot just judge something based on opinions ng iba. You search more for the facts. At the same time, try to experiment. Yeah. See it for yourselves. So that will be our meditation for today. Get your japamala. Buzzer beater tayo. We try to spread love not just for human beings, but the way our lifestyle would affect indirectly or directly sa mga animals, ibang living entities around us. Again, if we are consuming much meat, the nature will suffer. And our next session for the relationship with others will be nature. So we spread love and compassion, not just for human beings, but also for these animals. And in that way, our consciousness will be different as well. So this process of yoga is changing the consciousness, elevating, making ourselves beyond the higher consciousness. If we're in the lower consciousness, that's the lethargy, that's the depression, that's anxiety. We want to stay high in the higher consciousness. Laging ang dating ang ano nila, um, slogan nila ng mga Hare Krishna is stay high forever. Hindi mo kailangan ng drugs. Hindi mo kailangan ng any addictive things. Stay high forever. This is one thing. Spiritualized food. So that's the next course then. Yung mga cooks natin, mga monks, and those who cook here in the temple will teach us how to cook this kind of food using different healthy spices. So we will make more videos then. Actually, we did shoot 2 weeks ago for food para sa cookbook. So more projects to come. Pero please show your beats if you're here with your japamalas. I'm happy yung iba na meron silang mga japamalas and books. If you want one, please message us. If medyo malayo or what, you can make your own pa rin. And at the same time, I can send you the ebook ng Bhagavad Gita. And if you have pictures of Japamala, you meditating, and books, please tag me. And with your permission, we will repost them. So our meditation is for our love and compassion to be much more open, not just discriminately looking to only focusing on human beings or our own family members. But this will include other souls around us. That will be animals. So we connect to Krishna and we try to get the inspiration from Krishna na mas makita natin yung lifestyle natin be changed for the better and na mas maging close tayo sa Kanya. We chant Krishna's name for us to be connected to Him, to others, and to ourselves. With full attention, with clear chanting, with focus. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let go of the mind, bring it back, focus on chanting, and with full attention and hearing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda. So finish your rounds. At the same time, if you're finished, you can type 108. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And if you're finished, you can open your cameras para sa ating group photo. Okay, few others are not yet finished. But you can open your cameras na. I'm gonna wait for others. Awesome. Yan, picture tayo everyone. So open your cameras and count of three. And 1, 2, and 3. Smile. One more. 1, 2, 3. Isa pa. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, my dear Prabhus and Matajis. I'm always honored and humbled to have spent my morning with you. If there is some pain, some offenses that I've mentioned today, please forgive me. Let us all take this challenge as for the betterment of ourselves and our consciousness. If you're gonna do something today, right after this, please double ingat, especially if you're going out. And try to share Krishna consciousness to others by actions. You can tell some stories as well or answer some questions. Pero we must do it in the most humble, kind, and gentle way. So finish your rounds. If you're chanting more than one today, please read the books because we will see each other. You can join tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. to 7 o'clock for the Japa session. That's quite an experience. Yung iba sumasama rin sila. And tomorrow, we will try, if the internet permits, we will try to have we have actually some project. It's a podcast, but we will try to make it live tomorrow and to post it publicly. So we'll keep you updated, keep you posted. Maraming salamat. Janice, Hare Krishna. Mervin, Francesca, Hare Krishna. Kaiser, Hare Krishna. Chantal, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. KD, and ano name no kasama mo, KD? De Niro, Pat,
Naya. Naya. Hello, Naya. Say hi. Hi.
Hi, Naya.
You say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kenny, Raul, Jeremy, Jashri, Janine, and Pascual. Maraming salamat. Good morning. Sige, we'll read some comments here in the chat box. Nakakatuwa, ang dami naglagay. Rada, is it true na vegetarian is different from vegan? Yes. Vegetarian have different levels. So yung vegan is totally no animal products. We have the ovo vegetarian. They consume ovo means egg. Then pesco vegetarian. I don't know bakit sila naging vegetarian kasi fish. And then there's lacto vegetarian, those who consume milk. So usually are the practice of the Hare Krishna monks are lacto vegetarian. Originally, that is it. Lacto vegetarian, that's vegetarian. Then lumabas na ng iba. Vegan is just new as well. Sa scriptures, walang vegan na nakasulat. May vegan, pero iba yung meaning. Pero sa scriptures doesn't. Pero it doesn't matter. Everything in this have karmas. But me personally, I don't claim myself as vegan or lacto-vegetarian. I would like to believe na I'm practicing um, honoring prasadam as much as possible, the honored spiritualized food. And what we can offer, we can make as prasadam is ideally, not ideally, is considered as the lacto-vegetarian or vegan. Sila yung pwedeng maging prasadam. The egg, the fish, you cannot offer to Krishna. So hopefully nasagot ko yun, Janine. Some people are saying na kung ayaw mo kumain ng living, yung halaman or gulay, living things din. Yeah, na-discuss natin a while ago. So may buhay din sila. So when you consume them, you still have karmas. But when you offer the gulay, the leaves, the flower, the fruits, the seeds to Krishna, even the root crops, the water. So it will be prasadam, spiritualized food. You will not get any karma from that. So sabi ni KD, there are different types of it. Ayun, sinagot na. And vegan is one of the many types, yes. So yung iba, like the monks, we have like my drums there. This is made from the skin of the cow. Pero natural death yun. And ahimsa, they call it ahimsa. So they use those natural na namatay na animals. They could use that to things na usable. Not to exploit, not to breed them just to make that. So may difference yun. That's ahimsa na ginagamit. So they don't also eat the meat. So may different types. Of course, yung mga bago, yung vegan is totally zero. But where to draw the line, iba-iba. Iba-ibang vegan, iba-ibang draw the line. Kung para masabing vegan or hindi, tested or hindi, or madaming factors. But yeah, personally, I don't consider myself vegan. Respectively, with all due respect sa mga vegan, hindi lang talaga ako vegan. Janine, yeah, thank you, yeah, KD. KD, that's very true. Just want to share. Everyone ba, yeah, public naman niya. So, share ko KD yung tinap mo. That's very true. I just want to share. I was given the opportunity to attend temple Korea for cooking for meditation and mindfulness. So yes, this kind of cooking, mindfulness cooking, we will have in the prasadam course. Ang scary, no? For a butcher's mind to do that on daily basis, mostly people who commits murder start with hurting animals, di ba? Just sharing that. Yes, that's very true. But you could do that to animals, especially when one is being dominant kasi lower species, they could control, they could, hindi makakalaban. So, that kind of thinking, that kind of hunger for thirst for blood is there. And hindi siya malayo. It feels the same. Killing an animal and killing a human being. Diba? Maybe wala yung masyadong guilt kasi walang kaparusahan in this material world. Pero meron siya in law of nature. In the law of country, may ganon. Pero same, you're taking a life. Nanay din yung pinatay para yung cow or pig na yon. Nanay din ng iba yon, asawa rin ng iba yon, anak din siya ng iba. You're taking someone's family member, loved one. So yan, Kisher, alam ko yung meron yung challenge ngayon na January para sa gusto mag-transition. Yeah, maraming mga ganitong na nauuso. Yeah. Kahit hindi January, you can challenge yourself. Kahit February pa yan. You can challenge yourself. If you need some help, please let us know. I could um, introduce you to a few of the cooks here who can help you transition. Could let you know, be familiarized with cooking spices and all. Even before yung prasadam course natin. Sabi ni Pat, I started no meat this week, but still eat fish, then plan ko slowly alisin na din yung fish. Napansin ko agad na mas lighter pakiramdam ko. Yes. And even just the digestive effort ng body natin, napakaunti yung kailangan niyang calories or, I mean, energy to digest the vegetables. Kasi it's very natural for the stomach and digestive tract to digest them. Given the meat, you'll have um, to spend more hours just to digest that. So, mas lethargic, mas food coma, mas, ano mo yun. Unlike if you're eating prasadam or if you're pure vegetables, mas madali siya, mas magaan. Kahit kumain ka na madami, you're still functional. Yan. Yung iba, kailangan pa nila mag-yosi, umidlip. So, mas madali yung recovery. At the same time, sa muscle recovery in those into sports, yoga, diba, and other fitness, muscle recovery is faster um, in the vegetarian diet. KD, just to share, okay, naka-everyone ulit. I was diagnosed with the bipolar and manic depression disorder years ago. I was prescribed with several meds. I started making adjustment with the food I eat, going meatless on days, and it created huge change. Note that I haven't taken the meds up to this very day. Yes, that's very true. Even in first, second batch, or even before that, I've met people like this as well. It it is not absolute na ito lang yung effective. Different scenario, different cases. Yung iba, vegetarian na siya, may depressed naman na vegetarian, saka may anxiety na vegetarian. The one that, of course, palagi makakatulong is chanting na Hare Krishna mantra. But the diet would make a change. Big change. Sobrang importante yun. Jenny, I see Ja pala. Spread love. Janine, KD, that's inspiring. I wish I could finally let go of meat. I've been eating less to none. Meditation helps me with my manic depression. Yes, that's very true. Meditation is very true. Very helpful. Because this is depression is or manic, the two extreme manic depression um, is a different way to take the emotion and the scenarios. The mind is out of control, is going ups and downs, and the hormones is playing around, especially when it is mixed with drugs and intoxicants. The natural release of these hormones is altered. So if nagtake ka ng ecstasy palagi, kung party animal ka, hindi na basta-basta maglalabas ng happy hormones yung katawan mo kasi it was dependent on that drug. So parang ganun. Pero meditation, even in the scriptures, they're doing that. Hindi lang ngayon yung may na anxiety and depression. Matagal na yan. So kaya related pa rin hanggang ngayon yung Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 2 pa lang na-depressed na si Arjuna. Advice sa kanya ni Krishna, be Krishna conscious. So the meditation is very important. So maraming salamat. Yes, sabi ni Chantal, ahimsa is non-violence. That's one reason bakit bumaba si Buddha rito, si Gautama Buddha. There's different Buddhas in different generations, different yugas. Pero mainly, he wants to spread ahimsa, non-violence. So those who are really on the line of Buddhism, vegetarian talaga sila. Yung iba hindi na. Sad to say. Really sad to say. So we practice this. Let me know. Chat lang kayo. Bigyan nyo ako ng feedback. How do you find this class? How do you want to have some changes? Do you want to challenge yourselves? And if you need some assistance, I will be happy to help or arrange someone to help. Secret dyan, kailangan mo na masarap na prasadam. Masarap yung prasadam mo. Lahat ng natikman mo kahit na mga 5-star hotel na meat. No? Si KD mo kung nag-travel na sa India, natikman na yung mga masasarap na prasadam na. Yeah. So, Once na mag-open ulit yung temple, we'll invite you here. We'll have live cooking demo. We'll have to have a chance to taste the prasadam from gawa dito. But the prasadam course will teach everyone how to prepare prasadam, how to offer also, how to be in that consciousness while eating, while cooking and while eating. So maraming salamat. I'll see you for this class sa Monday. But still, tomorrow, there will be Japa session and tomorrow evening, hopefully, we could start the podcast. Tonight, medyo nagpaparamdam yung wifi ko bumabalik-balik. If maging maganda, I will post something if you want to join also the evening classes. Hare Krishna, everyone. Maraming salamat. And
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
hello, Janine. Hare Krishna. Salamat. So, chat tayo and chant. High five.